Alright, welcome back. We have extremely important stuff to go over, so if you're new at all to crypto or you're new at all to the community, you have to listen to this. So my channel has a lot of scammers in the comment section. I've been getting a lot of scammers in the comment section. So if you see a comment and it's saying contact my WhatsApp, or if it's saying comment join my Telegram group, our channel doesn't have a Telegram group set up yet, and when we do, it will be in the description. I will never reach out to you ever. This is extremely important. I have a lot of new people to trading in my group, so I will never ever reach out to you and tell you to join something, tell you to pay for anything. Nobody that I'm associated with will ever tell you to pay for anything on this channel. As far as subscriptions, we're never going to drop a course that's going to be paid. I absolutely hate those guys. I make plenty of money doing crypto, and my job here is to help you. My job here is to help you make money doing crypto. My job here is, I'm not a financial advisor, so I have to put that out there. But, I'm very successful, and so I will never, ever ask you for a WhatsApp. I will never ask you for a Telegram group. And unless it's in the description and it's for free and it's offered by the channel for general discussions outside this video. So there are a massive amount of scammers in the comments. I think we've had like 3 or 4. One guy was very lucky. We were very lucky, fortunate to have one guy, call it out last night or yeah, last night he called it out. But there were so many scammers in the comments. Do not. They're scammers. If you see them in the comments, with the WhatsApp or anything like that, talking about my videos, I know perfect TA. I trade 390,000 in cash. My TA is perfect. If you see them talking in the comments about TA, don't listen to them. They're scamming you. They're trying to act like they know stuff. They don't know more than me. I know they don't know more than me. And so, don't listen to them. If they're in the comments, they are scammers. And we have to get that out of the way right away, because I know there is a massive amount of people in my community that are newer to crypto, and there are a massive amount of scams in cryptocurrency. So we can't have my people, my subscribers getting scammed. So that's number one. All right, so looking into the charts, we are just, I don't like saying I'm right, but we always are right on this channel, and we are consolidating just like I told you we were consolidating. This TA right here, we found support like right around here, looking like we were going to find support right in this area. We found some support right here. We are consolidating. Earlier today, I told you guys, I was like, I just don't feel comfortable, in the Ethereum trade anymore. We had plenty of profits. We took profits. We made profits. I said, listen, with the monthly candle close, coming up, and like earlier today, we were down at like 32,000. And it was just so, it was so ridiculous to have it would be so ridiculous and irresponsible to have a Bitcoin long right now. It would be so ridiculously irresponsible to have an Ethereum long open right now, because Ethereum and Bitcoin are highly correlated. So I'm ridiculously happy and thankful that I have one of the best channels on the entire internet telling you guys, giving you guys advice, not financial advice, but telling you guys, listen, I would not be, and I am not, taking these long positions right now, because literally this monthly candle close, and like look at, you literally see the price action come down to 32,000, like just a few more, we get a bad candlestick close and you're almost guaranteed to start losing money on a long. And so the fact that I came out yesterday and told you guys like, hey, listen, that's not cool, don't be opening in long positions, wait, be patient, that's exactly what you needed to hear. And so I don't know anybody that's telling you that. When I say this is the most underrated channel on YouTube, not clickbait, I mean it's just facts. There can be people that are going to tell you the price action, but they're not going to tell you, you know, we just saw BitBoy. BitBoy has 300 something thousand subscribers. I love BitBoy. I talk about how much I like him all the time. It's not even just like, I actually love BitBoy. Like, I love his content. But so he went on with one of the biggest developers in the space, He's a software developer for blockchain, and he asked him, what's the number one crypto that you would say to hold over the long term? Guess what his answer was? It was Ethereum. What's our number one position right now in our portfolio? Now, on this channel, I'm more bullish on Cardano, and BitBoy was saying, BitBoy's got 300 whatever thousand. He's like, I'm more bullish on Cardano. So like, literally you have some of the biggest people in the industry saying the stuff, investing in the stuff that we talk about every single day on this channel. You hear it from us first, every single time, every single time we're running a play, every single time I'm long in Bitcoin, every single time I'm long in Ethereum on this, you hear it from us first. We stream for like 6 hours on this channel, and it just makes me so happy. It literally just makes me so happy. It doesn't matter. I love being the most underrated channel on the internet. Oh my gosh. I'd rather, like I say every time, I would rather be so ridiculously underrated than be overrated. And there are some channels that I see and they are so overrated, and I mean, it would just suck to suck. Alright, so yeah, we still got our Ethereum long. I heard somebody the other day, or what was it, yesterday, telling me, Ethereum's this or that. And I'm like, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe Bitcoin on the monthly chart. And they're saying, don't have your position in Ethereum. But like, if Bitcoin tanks on the monthly, and yeah, if Ethereum goes with it, I mean, what are you going to invest in crypto? You know what I'm saying? And, a lot of these, most of my position was in Bitcoin originally because Bitcoin was, it was just the move, and we killed it. And when Bitcoin pumped and Bitcoin was outperforming every single altcoin, we hit it. And then when, altcoins started pumping, I let you know. We were one of the first channels. When altcoins season was consolidating, I let you know. But it's just like, yeah, we could move our position out of Ethereum, but it's so expensive to convert so much money into these different altcoins. And like Ethereum, I don't mind holding Ethereum at this level right now. It's just worth so much, and you don't want to miss that pump. And even though it's correlated to Bitcoin, it's not as correlated as you think. It's so undervalued. I don't want to miss that Ethereum hyperbolic pump. You know what I'm saying? So we got one of the biggest and best, developers. I forget his name. I've watched his channel so many times. It's like it's like a talk show. I don't remember what it was called, but he was on with BitBoy today. And he was saying Ethereum's a long-term hold. Now, on this channel, we don't really agree with that. Like, it is a long-term hold, but not like anything like Polkadot, not like anything. Well, Polkadot still got a lot to prove, but Cardano is the move long-term. And, I think BitBoy would definitely agree with me. But, and that's what he was saying on his channel earlier today, which, we always talk about. So Bitcoin, we told you yesterday it was consolidating. Guess what? It consolidated. We were saying we were looking at these points, this possible come up, support. We're hitting it again as support. It comes down here, resistance. It's classical resistance flip support idea. And that's what we're looking at. Now, there's a lot of bullish momentum. Like you have this right here. You have this idea right here. Massive bullish candlestick, and there just wasn't enough juice to get her going. Same thing down here. You have this massive bearish candlestick, you have some strong support lines right here breaking, and it's just not enough. To me, and I've said this multiple times on this channel, I'm going to say it again, and it's just facts. Everything I say on this channel is facts. Not financial advisor, but when you have extremely bullish momentum, when you have these extremely bullish candlesticks and the price doesn't pump, it either means one of two things. It either means the market's extremely bearish or we're consolidating. And when you have extremely bearish conditions, like we could have seen a double top right here easily play out. This is definitely the neckline for a double top. If not exactly right here. 1, 2, 3, that's a triple top. You got one. I mean, watch the measured move on that thing. You know what I mean? So there's a massive amount of ideas for bearish momentum, and it's just not falling through. We find support right here. And, when there's extremely bullish things happening in the market and the market's not pumping, and when there's extremely bearish things happening in the market and the market's not dumping, it's obviously consolidation, which is what we called yesterday. Guess what? We're right again. Get used to it. This is the most underrated channel on the internet, and that is not clickbait. All right, so let's see what we're looking at today. So essentially, we just want to keep testing this idea right now. We have a lot of support right here. We have a lot of support right here. And then this could potentially act definitely as support. We're looking at this as a potential falling wedge idea. So it'll just be interesting. The main thing that everybody's looking for, and we will continue to watch like a hawk on this channel, is the monthly close. That means everything. And on this channel, we're not going to open long positions trying to squeeze a little bit of money out until that monthly close. Everybody can wait. Everybody can wait till that monthly candlestick closes. I hear people all the time. Everybody is always asking me. I get people that hit me up every single day on my phone because they know, I know everything about crypto. So I get people all the time, and they say, what's your opinion? What's this? Buy this? What's this? And, I tell them, I say, listen, I'm not touching the crypto markets until we get that monthly close, because the altcoin season is heavily dependent on Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin tanks, and everybody wants to put their money into Bitcoin to start shorting it or whatever the case is, a massive dump on Bitcoin would definitely spook the markets, and people aren't going to be, as interested in putting their money into altcoins. So you could tank the altcoin season, you would tank Bitcoin, so there's no point in putting like a leveraged long on Bitcoin right now. There's no point in putting an Ethereum. I mean, you can do it, it's just not smart. You can do it, it's just not worth the risk. It's not worth the money. Be patient. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't, I mean, that's what we're going to do on this channel. That's what we're going to promote on this channel. We're not going to give you some crap. Like I said before, I'm never going to reach out to you like, you got those scammers in the comments. I'm telling you, you guys cannot fall for that. I do not want you guys to fall for that. I love every single one of my subscribers, all 69 of them. We only got 69 subscribers. We're the most underrated channel on the internet. It does not matter. I love each and every single one of you. And I don't want you guys getting hurt by the scammers. We will never, ever, ever ask you for money. I have plenty of money. I should have made 60,000, 100,000 if I would have been more risky with some of these trades I was doing. I could have just turned up the leverage. On this channel, we don't play. There's like a 99.9% chance that every single time I take a trade, it's going up. And that's why I've traded 390,000 in profits, because I don't play. And on this channel, we don't play. We're not here to gamble. We're here to invest. All right? That's what I'm saying. And I just don't hear this stuff on other channels. And like, they can tell you the price action, but they're not on it. They're not on it like we're on it, because they can tell you the price action, but they're not going to tell you not to take leveraged longs. I'm telling you guys, it's too risky to take leveraged longs right now. You want to buy a Bitcoin dip? I would rather you guys, again, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I've out invested almost every financial advisor. We got into Bitcoin way before the institutions. It don't matter. Listen, I'm not recommending anything to you legally, but as far as it goes, I would rather have you guys, if you guys can't wait, I would rather have you guys buying Bitcoin on dips. I would rather have you guys buying Ethereum on dips than I would having you long it. Because on this channel, we always say, every single time, you long from a position of power. Okay, there's a reason I have 100% accuracy in trading, and it's because I take the guaranteed trades. I take the textbook trades. I know how to trade, and right now there's nothing to trade right now. You know what I'm saying? You can take this uptrend right here, and that's just not worth it. That's just not worth it. That's not worth the risk. We're not even really in an uptrend. Like, we're in a micro uptrend. It don't matter. Oh, and there's a low right there. So we're not even in an uptrend. It's literally just straight consolidation. Well, I guess this is a low, and then this is a higher low. So we're in a little bit of a baby uptrend. It's not worth it, guys. It's really not. We're consolidating. Don't get tricked. It's not an uptrend. You know what I'm saying? Look at the macro time frame. high, lower high, lower high. We're just so consolidating right now, and the volume is just falling off a cliff. We need to see more volume, and we need to see these levels. Let me draw a support channel so you know what we're looking at. On this channel, we don't play games. I don't care what the other channels can do. You know, they can make everybody else. On this channel, we don't lose people money. I would feel so bad. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to make money. I make plenty of money in crypto. I don't need your guys' money. I'm here to help you. Let's see. Alright, parallel channel. Alright, so essentially right here to right here, then these always go up. But you're not going to find this content anywhere else on the internet. These kids are clowns, man. And I love the crypto community. Like I said, I love BitBoy and all those guys, but like, they're just not, they're too scared. They're too scared to tell you their portfolio. They're too scared to be like, oh, well, this isn't my exact portfolio. I'm not scared. I'll tell you guys what I'm investing in. I'll tell you guys how the market is, you know, and everything we've ever called on this channel has outperformed everything. What's your price for this year? Alright, bro. I can't lie to you. We're not going to lie on this channel. We need to know what the monthly close is. It's huge. I have targets for a previous consolidation pattern that we were looking at for 53,000. But that could be out of the question. It just depends, you know. I'm very vocal about it's probably like right here. So this is consolidation. This is a support area right here. And on this channel we use green boxes as support, so I'll draw that. But this measured move, if we break out of this consolidation pattern upwards and we have support to if we have volume to confirm the breakout on this consolidation pattern, there's a bunch of different ways of looking at this, but essentially it looks like we have a falling wedge. So specifically, we were tracking this, you know, and like all the other major channels. We were one of the first channels to really get a lot of information on these consolidation patterns. It broke out of it. A lot of people were saying it's like a busted, whatever. The measured move for this was like 50, 51, 53. We were like one of the first channels to ever measure this. But, you know, and then we were also one of the first channels to say, look, it looks like it's over. It looks like we're not playing that game anymore. It looks more so like we have touch points right here, and we're more so in a falling wedge. And so the measured move on this falling wedge could potentially play out. I don't even want to freaking measure it, though. I don't want to give people false hope. Like, I don't want to, you know, we got to see what's going on the monthly candle. Because if the monthly candle starts, and then on top of that, if we get like a bearish engulfing candlestick, even if it doesn't print, if we just get a monthly candlestick close, the market drops, and then we have a bearish engulfing idea, even if it doesn't print, it's on the monthly. That's huge. That's going to look so bearish. And I get it. I really do. I really do. There's a lot of long, like everybody's trying to long this market. Everybody loves this market. Everybody's going to have massive buy orders around 30,000, around 28,000, around 27,000. And you know, when this consolidation pattern first broke out, I told you guys, I was literally one of the only channels, literally, that told you guys that we were going to fall, but we weren't going to just fall right away because there were limit orders stacked up, and that we were going to consolidate. And guess what? We did exactly that. So I'm telling you, what's my yearly prediction? I really want to see the monthly candlestick close. If it looks good, we could hit 53,000 in the next month or two. And we could hit 100,000 by the end of the year. Potentially. I'm that bullish. And it sounds crazy, but I've been saying that since like 10,000, since like 11,000. I told people to put their life savings in on my other YouTube channel, or my other social media following that I have. And I have a video of it. I play it on the channel sometimes, but like, we're already halfway there. Like, you know, the crypto community's been repping this thing for such a long time, and everybody's like, oh, you're a moon boy, whatever. No, the market moves in cycles. I can do TA all day long, but I mean, read Fidelity's 19-page paper on why they think Bitcoin's going to go to 1 million. There's a lot more like supply and demand. There's a lot of different fundamentals on Bitcoin. But so if everything goes good, we could hit 100,000. But I'm not pumping. I'm not filling people up with hopium. I'm not, pumping people's back. I'm not steering people the wrong way. I'm not gonna hype everybody up to get views. I got to keep it real on this channel. I don't want anybody losing money, and I don't want anybody getting the wrong information just because I'm going to agree with other YouTubers or whatever. We never do. I mean, a lot of the biggest YouTubers say what we say after we say it. I'm sure they don't look at it, but, we just know what we're doing. But, yeah, that's the sentiment. We could potentially hit like a 50,000 measured move if we break out of this consolidation pattern. The thing is, we got altcoin season right now, so we got to see how long altcoin season lasts. That's a huge thing because that's leaving a lot of the liquidity. And we were one of the first channels, if not one of the only channels, to keep talking about it. The reason we're consolidating so much is because we're in alt season. The money's not here. It's all leaving Bitcoin and going into these altcoins where they can make up the games. We've been saying that since like way over here. We were one of the first people. We even called the altcoin consolidation. We confirmed altcoin season. We did all that stuff. Let's see if you have any more questions. How can I long or short from USA? Perfect question. So, not a financial advisor, but I don't think this is financial advice. Kraken's a great website. You can do 1 to 5x leverage on Kraken. If you're new and you're asking that question, you're probably going to want to start with 1 to 5x leverage. I really recommend like 2x or less when you're first starting, when you're learning how to trade and using an extremely small amount of capital so that you're just learning. Right now is not the time to trade. Right now is not the time to long. I can't. That monthly close means everything. That's a gravestone doji that could be potentially printing out, if not a bullish engulfing. The thing you got to know about trading is every single time frame, the higher the time frame, the more precedence it takes. And so this is the 4 hour right now. So this doesn't mean crap compared to the monthly. The monthly is everything, if not the yearly. If you have some yearly patterns, those would be like the most massive swing trades to trade. But so the monthly is huge. You don't play around with the monthly. This could literally reverse the entire uptrend we're in. It's called a bull run because we're in a giant uptrend on the monthly chart. Okay, along with a lot of other fundamentals like the halving event, which miners mine half as much. It's programmed into the code that miners mine half as much Bitcoin. It's half, so it's like the halving. So I mean, you can long or short on Kraken if you're from the United States. I believe Gemini is a U.S. exchange. I've never gotten around to Gemini. I was always on Binance, but Binance just kicked me off because my VPN wasn't working or something. I don't remember, but they were cracking down on U.S. citizens for Binance, so I got kicked out of Binance. You can use Binance US. I think they long. I haven't gotten around to using Binance US. I think they might on Binance you can long, but I don't really. It's not very user friendly. Like it took me a minute to learn how to use Binance. I don't know how Binance US is, but you could potentially long on Binance US. You can definitely long on Kraken. You can do Bybit, but Bybit you will need a VPN, and I really can't legally recommend that to you. I'm just putting it out there. I'll say that people, as a crypto enthusiast, there are people in the United States that get a VPN, and if you were one of those people, NordVPN is the one that you would use if you were one of those people. I'm not saying anything legally, but and then you could do Bybit is the biggest one, is what people do. I'm not recommending that because I can't legally do that, but I'm just telling you, in the crypto space, as a crypto enthusiast, people do long on Bybit, and that seems to be the best exchange for them. I'm not saying anything else. Alright, so it looks like we're getting a pretty big bullish candlestick. Bearish engulfing. Well, not bearish engulfing because it's not engulfing the previous price action, but it's that same fundamentals that pumps the price. But it looks like we're just consolidating because you see we come down, then we come up. Really what we're looking for, like I said, is we need to see that monthly. That's the main thing we're focused on this chart. Yeah, so I mean, Kraken would probably be your best bet. Possibly Gemini's the United States exchange. I just haven't got around to using it. Who else? Is there anybody else? KuCoin, I don't think is from the U.S. Who else? I think there's, what's that one? There's one called, not Crypto.com. There was one that is called like the Sniper. I have a big trading group, like not that I run, but just that I'm heavily involved with, and they always call it the Snipers. It's like known as like because the price action is like really up to date and there's a lot of liquidity on that exchange. What is that one called? And I don't know if it's a United States exchange either. I had an account on there for a little bit of time. I just didn't like it at all. Their exchange fees were too high. What was it? I think it started with an M. I can't think of the name of it, but that one was really good for sniping longs. Like when they would hit like ginormous wicks and stuff, a lot of people were sniping those, taking profits at those high levels. I'm trying to remember. I just can't think of the name of it. Lots of consolidation. You potentially have something like a double bottom idea right here. Potentially with this doji being the neckline. And then again, you have this double top idea, but this double top didn't play out even when the neckline was broken. And you know, like I said before, and like I've been saying, and I'm gonna say it again, when you have massively bullish things, like you have this massively bullish candlestick, like you can't really get anything more bullish than that unless it was like maybe followed up with three white soldiers. That's pretty much as bullish as it gets. And you have like one of the most bullish candlestick patterns, if not by far the most bullish candlestick pattern. This is massively bearish or bullish engulfing, and then you just have a massive wick. So I mean, the market's just not ready to go up. You have this massive reversal wick after the most bullish pattern we could have possibly pumped. And then you have this, you know, downtrend idea, and we break this double top, and like, you know, it should have dumped, and it didn't. And the explanation for that, it doesn't mean the TA's wrong. You just have to understand at that point that it means we're consolidating, and the volume's backing it up. And so, really, what we want to see is, you know, we drew this specifically. We didn't draw this for fun. This is, you know, our potential support box right here, this parallel channel. There's a lot of support flipped resistance ideas. Like you have right here, you have this as resistance. Now it's acting as support. So we want to see how Bitcoin's price action interacts with this. We want to see how Bitcoin's price action interacts with this. And it was interacting. I think if you go to the hourly candle, it was interacting with it. I forget when. But we validated this trend line so many times. Like it's definitely got some touch points on it. So definitely an idea to be looking out for. But when it consolidates, it just doesn't really listen to the support and resistance. It just kind of consolidates and it doesn't break out. So it's kind of boring right now. Let's see. Any questions? So yeah, I hope that helps you. I would have to recommend Kraken, and they are not bad at all. Just be, you know, you're talking about the U.S., just be prepared to, they obviously have know your customer laws, like, you know, just like any standard exchange, so just be prepared to do like social security card, you know, because it's know your customer laws. Be prepared. Look at how perfect that is. You know, these were the ideas that we were looking at. You know, it looks like we could just be taking a breather. It depends. I kind of want to. I don't think this is valid enough for a channel, but this could be a continuation channel with, you know, this being the Elon Musk pump, when Bitcoin's price pumped, a lot of money went back into Bitcoin, percentage wise, and so that's where you got that from. And then it is nice though to see this correction right here in the favor of the bears. And then also what's really nice is you do have these candlestick wick, or these candlestick body closes, and they're below nearly everything. You just have this one wick, and so this is really what we're looking for. It does look bearish, because you have this big bullish candlestick. This is on Bitcoin dominance on the 4-hour, perpetuating the idea of altcoin season. It looks good, it really does. I mean, you have a high, lower high, so that's, indicative, but you also have that right there. The fact that all of this, was negated so quickly. And then again, like this is kind of this, to an unexperienced eye would start to look like, fear in the alt season ending. But you have to understand, well, this right here is definitely not a higher high than this. This is right here is definitely not a higher high than this. And really, to a trained eye, to somebody that's trading and knows what they're doing, you're going to see this right here, and you're going to say this is a lower low than these candle bodies right here. And, there's times to look into candle bodies and there's times to look into candle wicks. And we really do. This is going to be absolutely massive. This is why I have this line drawn right here. This is absolutely a massive critical area to be looking at right here. And so that's why this line is drawn right here. Literally, and I'll delete all these lines right here because I want to bring your attention to, if you're trading, if you're looking into altcoins at all, this is the line that you want to be looking at right here. If we go below this line, that is going to be absolutely massive for altcoins, because that's going to continuate this downtrend that we're setting. This is on the 4-hour. But, we could bring this out to the 6-hour, we can bring this out to the 7-hour, or we could bring this out to the 6, nobody trades on the 7-hour, don't look at the 7-hour. A lot of trading, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. 6-hour, 12-hour, it doesn't matter. We're in a downtrend right now, and we really want to see a continuation of that. I don't think that this is going to play out like a head and shoulders formation. It doesn't look like that's the case, because it looks like the neckline's already been broken clearly. Right here, and it looks like that we just haven't seen the volume continuation on that. And again, when you're breaking a pattern, and you say, well, this is a percentage, and a lot of the percentages actually do end up playing out on the patterns. Like I said, it's another self-fulfilling prophecy idea that we talk about a lot on this channel. We don't play games. We know exactly what we're talking about on this channel, and so we're going to tell it to you exactly how it is. So anyways, we're looking exactly at this line right here. If we can set a lower low than this low right here, that is going to be absolutely massive. And then again, please remember, people could just be taking profits right here. When I look at the altcoins, nothing really looks too hot to me. Nothing really looks too interesting. There's a lot of news about Maker, and Maker, I told you guys. I don't want to say I told you guys, but I literally did. I told you guys, go look into Compound. Compound's undervalued, and I felt like I put my neck on the line. Nobody was calling Compound. I was like, guys, Compound's it. Oh, we could potentially be seeing, this is support flipped resistance idea right here. Hit this area and then come down. Again, this is a percentage. This is a percentage of Bitcoin, but there is self-fulfilling prophecies, and TA does work on Bitcoin dominance, at least to a significant enough degree to talk about it, because it's just facts. It's literally a self-fulfilling prophecy. Even though these head and shoulders, even though it's not price action, it's literally a self-fulfilling prophecy. Just because there's a double top on it, usually it's a self-fulfilling prophecy and it plays out, things like that. Although this head and shoulders looks to be invalidated, and this shoulder and this shoulder is extremely sloppy. But I told you guys, I said Compound. I said look into that. I don't even remember when I said that, but I said, guys, go look into Compound and whatever. And it literally pumped like 53% or something crazy. It's probably up more this week or today. Maybe everything's down because of this little pump. I don't know. But what I'm telling you guys is, I was telling you guys, I'm like, Aave. Aave is so ridiculously, it's on fire. It's one of the best altcoins. You follow the trends. DeFi. Compound is a solid project. It's not something that I would put my money. This is literally word for word. I'm literally telling you guys word for word what I said then, and I'm telling you the same thing now. I said long term, I wouldn't put my money into it, but if you're trying to make a quick buck, Compound's not bad to be looking into. That's the only thing I can really see that's looking like relatively underbought or whatever. It's the same thing. Maker is in DeFi, decentralized finance. I'm not telling you guys to get it. BitBoy just shouted it out, and that's got the BitBoy effect, where essentially a lot of people buy whatever BitBoy says to buy, and it pumps the markets. So that's the BitBoy effect right there. I'm gonna call it that. I've never heard anybody call it that, but we're gonna call it that, and it's definitely true. There are a lot of statistics to show that when BitBoy or some of these bigger crypto channels talk about some of these coins, right afterwards, like between 4 and 6 hours after they talk about it and make a video about it, they start to pump. Okay, so Maker. I mean, it could be it. I'm not putting my neck on the line. I'm not telling anybody to buy it. I'm just putting it out there. Maker. Everything else in DeFi has been doing really good. I don't know if Maker already pumped too, but I'm not really looking into it. But that would be interesting. So again, I don't want anybody to be thrown off by this. Literally, there's not too much in the crypto markets that's looking too good to be buying right now. I'm not buying right now. Like, what would I be buying right now? I wish I could buy some Cardano, but I don't think Cardano is doing anything exciting. And all the money's about to go into these lower caps when Bitcoin dominance, again, we want to see that lower low. As soon as we see that lower low, altcoin season, let's go. And I told you guys about mid caps. I called mid caps. I told you on this channel first. I said mid caps are gonna start pumping, and guess what? They started pumping. We could start be looking at small caps. I said that last time, and this could be it. I want to see a little bit more out of the mid caps, but we'll take a look at some of these mid caps, see their dominance levels, see where the money's flowing. But I'm telling you guys exactly what you need to hear. On this channel, we don't take risks. I'd rather sit this one out. I have small bags of some of these coins, and I brought them up on the channel yesterday. And they're doing fantastic. Like, I had Aave. Aave went up since I bought it, in the accumulation phase this year. It's like up like 300 or something percent since I bought it. Synthetics, I think it's up like at least 300. Like, I got all the good coins, but like then wasn't the time to be buying them. It's not the time to be buying them right now. You accumulate them. There's different times to be accumulating this stuff. And I just don't want to put any small caps on because I don't want anybody to get wrecked. I'd rather just outsource you guys to Elliott Trades. I'd love to do that, and that's what I do. I said, listen, like, I mean, I know crypto, I know all the different cryptos and all that crap, but like, I'm not gonna lose anybody money. So you have a lower low right here, and you have a double top right here. We just want to see more volume to confirm this. This would be the neckline for it right here. Let's see what else we got. And then it looks like you have a high, lower high, lower high. It looks like it's trending down. You have a high, lower high, and then this is a higher low, or a higher high than this high right here. So let's see. What do we got? And it looks like it just hit this line right here. And this is a lot of, we always talk about support flipped resistance ideas. And this looks like some support, resistance, comes up, breaks it, support, resistance idea. It'll be interesting to see how it interacts with this idea, because this is, again, textbook support flipped resistance. So if we do get rejected on this line right here, where this red line is, and end up coming down and potentially hitting this line, I told you guys, I literally told you guys, I said on this channel, I was going over this yesterday, I said if it touches, like, there's touch point, I don't know if you guys want to call that, touch point, that's 2, that's 3, do we have another one? We had another one, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6, there's some candle bodies too, and there's 7. There's 7 touch points on that. If we don't know how to draw consolidation patterns, I don't know what to tell you, man. This is literally the most underrated channel on the entire internet. It don't matter though. I love that. I'd rather be. I don't want to be overrated. Alright, so if we do come down to this level, I'm gonna buy a little bit of ADA. My recommendation for everybody. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This is what I'm saying, though, to everybody. People come up to me all the time. They know that I'm in crypto. They say to me, when's a good time to buy Cardano? They say, I know you love Cardano. I said, Cardano's the best, man. It is so good. And they said, well, when do you buy it, bro? Well, this is when you buy it. You buy it when Bitcoin is pumping. When Bitcoin is pumping like crazy, you're going to see Cardano. I mean, it could follow and it could correlate, and altcoin season is never a given on any level. We can only follow the trends and what seems to happen. But the second that Bitcoin pumps and you potentially see something like a double bottom, potentially this could be like potentially like a head and shoulders, something like that, and you see Cardano just dump, and you're like, oh crap, altcoin season's over. Cardano's dumping. That's when you buy Cardano. I was accumulating Cardano when it was 10 cents, like for the longest time. I tell you guys that all the time on the channel. And I told you guys I was scared. I was like the only one. I was like the only one in the space that was just so hardcore on Cardano. I was like, Cardano. I have transaction history after transaction history where I was just accumulating 10 cents, 10 cents. Buy it, buy it, buy it. And that's when you buy. So then, that was like a 300, or I think I got like a 300 or 400% return on it, from those levels. I don't remember. It's almost at 40 cents. 40 cents was the high. That's a 400% ROI, return on investment. That's when you invest into it. I mean, we can pick up, and like I told you guys yesterday, I'm never going to change the sentiment on you guys. I'm never going to change the sentiment on you guys. I'm never going to I'm never just going to copy what everybody else is saying. We know what we're talking about on this channel. I want to buy a little bit right here because I'm in it for the long term. You guys know on this channel that I'm in Cardano for the long term. And we always, on this channel, put our money where our mouth is. And, we called Polkadot's top. We called Polkadot's bottom. We told you and like, it's not that I'm like not again. It's not like on this channel that like I don't like Polkadot. Like, I love Polkadot. I told you guys Polkadot was one of the best cryptos, and it is. I just can't stake it. Like, nobody's, and it's not like I don't know how to. You guys know the story. They don't nominate people on their nodes whenever you're setting up your wallet. And I'm thinking, if I'm very into cryptocurrency and I know exactly what I'm doing, and I'm setting up my Polkadot wallet and the validator nodes are not letting me validate, then I know that somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, they're gonna have so much harder of a time. I mean, I was tipping, I was doing all that stuff. So on this channel, we really accumulate Cardano, and it is the best. The sound's weird. Anyone else hear the bad sound? Let me know. Yeah, let me know if it's bad, because the mic should be good. Let's see what we got on the. Let's see. Yeah, it says it's good. Let me know though. All right. So, I mean, we're in this consolidation pattern. There's so many touch points on it. If we hit the bottom of this consolidation pattern, I have no problem picking up, like, maybe delegating 25% of my buying power. And that's the thing. I'm not going to like BS you guys. I'm literally going to tell you exactly when I'm buying, exactly what I'm doing with my portfolio. And that's something that a lot of these people in these cryptocurrency like YouTubers, which I love all of them, but they don't have, they're too scared to tell you their portfolios, because the second they tell you their portfolio, exactly what they're doing, you can call them out for it. And you can call me out for it. You can call me out for when I told you guys to get Cardano like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I told people on my other social media accounts. I have videos of me telling people to buy Cardano when it was like 20 cents. I was begging people. That's 100% ROI from this point right here. But I love that, all these other guys, they're a little scared. They're like, well, I'll tell you the price action, so then, I can be right whenever. But we're not only going to tell you the price action, we're going to tell you exactly how to interpret the price action, because at the end of the day, I really don't think you care about the price action. I think you care about the interpretation of the price action and what you should do from that point. It's like, okay, well, the price action's good. Should I long it? Should I short it? Should I buy it? Should I switch my crypto to something else? Like, that's what you guys are here for. And if I'm like some crypto expert, and if I'm if I'm really the most underrated on the channel on the internet, then I should be able to tell you guys that stuff. So it looks like we're finding support at this level potentially. And again, we really got to look at Bitcoin dominance and how that's interacting. If Bitcoin dominance does pump, that could make people take profits on a lot of these altcoins, and they could be putting them in, like we talk about a lot on this channel, into higher caps like this. And yeah, you obviously see the support flipped resistance idea right here. So huge. Sounds fine. All right, cool. So yeah, huge ADA on this channel. Looking at the mid caps again, I have mid caps. I'll tell you guys what I'm holding on my mid caps. I have a good mid cap moon bag, and I'll tell you guys exactly what I think about my coins, because we are starting to go towards small caps, or my small cap bag. I have a micro cap bag, which is my small bag. That's my 100x gems. I'll tell you guys my 100x gem bag. All right, let me just pull it up on Coinbase. Not financial advice. This is literally just like, I have had these for a little bit. I was accumulating at some good points. Okay, YFDAI. Now, full disclosure, I've already made over 100% ROI on 100% return on YFDAI finance. So if you get it, just realize that, I'm not telling you to buy right now. I'm just literally being transparent with you guys. And if you guys are like, what's the best small caps to buy? Small caps are about to start pumping, which, we're still looking at mid caps. But on this channel, we're going to update you immediately when small caps start pumping. Ferrum Network, again, I have another 100% ROI on Ferrum Network. So we got into this project early. And that it was a screaming buy. I had to pick up some Ferrum Network. I love what they're doing. They have they were doing something where you can like send like a link, and it like sends like a link, and then you can like send like Bitcoin through that link. Like they have like patented technology. It's just really useful stuff. I love what they're doing over at Ferrum Network. I love YFDAI. Pi DAO. It's kind of hard to see. This is a really small position right here. Let me see if you can see that. I gotta turn down the volume. I know that the phone has a hard time picking it up. Essentially, it looks like that. That's how you spell it. It's just so exactly you know what I'm looking at. Pi DAO DO V2. That one is performed me well. I think I'm up like 40% on it. But so again, all these I'm not telling you to go get right now. I'm outsourcing you guys to Elliott Trades. You listen to him, take his advice or whatever. Don't hold me responsible for it. He's literally just the best person in the space for altcoins. Maybe we need somebody better in the space, but he's literally the best person in the space for altcoins. Make your own decisions. But I'm not going to tell you guys what to get. These are just what I hold if you want to know, because I like being transparent. And if I'm really this crypto expert and I'm really making all this money, like, you guys should be knowing what I'm holding. And then Unilayer, that's been performing really good for me. Again, we got really good buy-ins. I'm not telling you guys to go buy these right now. Do your own research, look into them. If you're looking into like potential, like this is my 100x altcoin bag, and a lot of these are small to micro caps. So I'm potentially having one of these potentially like 50xing. We'll see. So Unilayer, I got, and then this is the thing. So, I don't know if you guys remember when Ethereum staking came out, but everybody was so in the community was so hyped about Ethereum staking 2.0. So I got Ethereum staking. It's literally the ticker symbol for it is ETHYS. ETHYS. So that's Ethereum stake. I think BitBoy even recommended it, and I was huge on it because I'm like, this is going to be so big. It hasn't been performing well, but maybe it's just, I don't know. Whenever you get those small caps, there's going to be some where, they're like startup companies and they're more smaller caps. And the other thing I have to tell you guys, because again, on this channel, we're not going to let you just lose your money. We're not just going to pump stuff. We're not heartless here. We're never going to ever. We hate channels that are like, just selling you different courses because they don't know how to make money in crypto themselves. So we're never going to sell you something. What is it? There's a lot of scams on the low caps. There's a lot of pump and dump schemes on the low caps. Make sure you do your research. Make sure you're getting a good coin. That is absolutely essential. I have to tell you guys that, especially if you're newer to crypto, be careful. Make sure you are getting legitimate projects. If you're not getting legitimate projects, if you don't know if you're getting legitimate projects, I personally would stay away from it. Don't lose your money, especially if it's money you can't afford to lose. All right, so we got Ethereum stake, we got Ethereum yield, and Ethereum yield has just been holding its value. And Ethereum yield has been outperforming Ethereum stake, which is just really weird. I didn't think yield farming was still a big trend. And yeah, I was talking about stacking trends last night on how you would get like really good high pumping altcoins, and we were talking about how DeFi was really big last summer, and around 2017, 18, yield farming was huge. And then my last one is coin utility token, ticker symbol coin. And that hasn't been performing too well. So, I mean, the ones that have been performing really good for me are Ferrum Network and YFDAI, and those are great coins. But I'm not telling you to buy them. Always buy an asset undervalued. Always get a good deal on an asset. Just because you buy a house doesn't mean you're gonna make money on it. So those are my small caps. Again, I would rather just have. I'm not recommending that you guys go out and buy any of them. I've already had on some of these coins 100% ROIs, and I'm not saying that it's the perfect time to get into them. We had a question last night about DOT. So let's take a look at DOT's charts. I don't think have I gone over the TA on DOT? Oh, I just threw a fib up. I can't believe we called the top and the bottom on DOT, and now it's just consolidating, it looks like. Yeah, so that's textbook. Yep, high, lower high, yep. It's consolidating in the golden pocket. Man, I drew this thing so long ago, and it's just perfectly. I mean, I love our TA on this channel, man. I mean, you just watch one of these videos and you are set. You know exactly what's going on in the markets. We are so up to date. And that's the thing. You can't get cocky in crypto. You can't just think you know everything. You always got to be learning if you want to get the highest ROIs. Things can change so quickly. But it looks like we're just consolidating. And then it'll be interesting to see how we react with this upper band right here, the 786 level. It looks like we did find a little bit of resistance here. But potentially, what we see traditionally when you look at textbook patterns is essentially we have a massive pump. You wick down, you touch this area, which we did perfectly. We're doing the right tools for the right job. And then essentially you wick back up, and it just looks like there's just not the momentum right now. If you really believe in the project long term, this could potentially be an accumulation zone. Again, I'm going to say the exact same thing that I told you guys about Cardano. Right now on this channel, we're not accumulating anything. We already told you, like, our entire portfolio, it's a little bit of Bitcoin, it's mostly Ethereum, and I get it, the Ethereum monthly candle close, but if Bitcoin's candle close doesn't do well, like, it doesn't matter what you're in. Like, the whole crypto market is not going to do well if Bitcoin's monthly candle close. So that's why it looks like we've been finding support on this trend line right here, or this moving average right here. What is that? So we're on the 4-hour, and this is the 100 exponential weighted moving average. If you guys are interested in tracking that price, so we'll have to see, if we can continue to find support on it. But it doesn't matter what you're in right now. If you're in crypto, I mean, unless you're in XRP and you really want to get into that dump or into that pump thing. Now, I'm a technical analyst. I'm somebody that really understands these markets, and I'm somebody that goes off of fundamentals. When you talk about pumping XRP, trying to, you're just as good as, figuring out if that's a good investment for you or not. It's not really an investment. You're relying on the rest of the world to help you pump XRP. Now, the hedge funds are going to be closed when they're doing it. They're doing it at a specific time. They're doing it Monday, 8:30 p.m. We already talked about this a lot last night, and again on this channel, I want you guys to have the correct information. A lot of people have no idea what they're talking about when they talk about XRP, and it's just ridiculous. Like, they should just, if you don't know what you're talking about, I just recommend that you don't talk about it, because then you're just going to make yourself look stupid, and you're going to give people the wrong information. So we fully covered XRP last night. We gave you the whole story, the whole rundown, which was huge. I respect, like I said, I respect people that hodl. The Tron community's got so much crap. And, like, I'm personally not a Tron guy, but, like, I respect the hodl. You gotta respect the hodl in crypto. I wouldn't be putting my money in XRP long term right now. It's just gonna tank. If you know the SEC, any bad news, it's gonna tank it. But getting involved in this pump, that's completely up to you if you want to do it. It seems like a lot of people don't know that you're supposed to be pumping the price of XRP on Monday 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. The XRP is already up like what is it, 40, 70. I hold a little bit, and I'll hold during this pump, and I'll hold the line. Like, I'm not going to be sus and like sell, and when you sell it, it potentially acts as a short. I'm not going to do that, but I will after this pump's over. I'm going to trade my XRP out. I just hold a little bit of it. They're trying to pump the price up to $3. We'll see. I hold a very small amount of XRP. I'm not gonna long it. I'm not gonna get. I think you have to get like KuCoin. I forget what this guy was telling me. This guy was telling me to get. There's some other exchanges, but the only one that I can think of off the top of my head to get XRP, because they have it on Coinbase, but you can't buy it on Coinbase. A lot of exchanges took it off. So we're just looking right now. But yeah, most of our portfolio, we have like, I think like 30% Bitcoin, 40% Ethereum, something like that. We have a lot at Cardano, but I want to accumulate more. My whole play, if you don't know my play, if you're new to the channel, my play is to get that catch that parabolic run on Ethereum. Ethereum's so undervalued. Everybody knows it. Everybody's talking about it. We just had that guy come on BitBoy show, and he said he's like one of the biggest guys in the entire space. He says for the long-term hold, I'm going Ethereum. Now he's one of the biggest guys. He's a developer in blockchain. And I'm not gonna like agree with you. I'm not gonna agree with him. I'm not just gonna if you've been on this channel that I'm long-term ADA. So what I'm expecting to do is get that parabolic run on Ethereum, take my Ethereum holdings once we hit that parabolic run, to potentially 28,000. I mean, this is what all the guys in the space know is most probable. And a lot of the guys, like I'm not like the only one, a lot of the guys are heavy in Ethereum right now. And then what I'm planning to do with my Ethereum profits is put them into ADA, because if Bitcoin explodes to like 52,000, it's going to bring Ethereum with it because they're highly correlated. It's going to drop the altcoin season market cap, and then it's going to pump it, which is going to be bad for altcoins. And then Cardano is going to hopefully dump, just because like Cardano's been like the best project for forever. You guys know that. So, but it's the paradox, and everybody talks about paradoxes in crypto, and it's so important to understand that just because something's the best project doesn't mean that like the most money is going to flow into it. It depends on market cap. It depends on a lot of different things, and like you might have like right now the best micro cap ever, but we're not even on small caps really right now. The vast majority of people aren't even putting their money into small caps. So you might have the best micro cap ever, but right now is not the time to pump micros. You know what I'm saying? You got to flow where the money's going. Right now is not the best time to be putting your money into Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a financial advisor, but it's just facts, especially with the monthly candle close. You're not going to see the ROIs on it. And so that's our play, is we're essentially trying to get that parabolic run on Ethereum, then switch our Ethereum holdings to mostly Cardano. I don't want to sell this bull run. I don't want to. A lot of people that are newer in crypto, they don't even know about bull cycles. So like how bull cycles work is essentially it's all a stock to flow model, or what we say is crypto markets are cyclical. And again, I always refer people to Fidelity's 19-page paper why they think Bitcoin's going to hit 1 million. Now they don't think it's going to hit 1 million this year, but long term. And that has a lot of the great, in Plan B. He was a guy on Twitter that was really pumping the whole stock to flow model and that kind of stuff. But the crypto markets are very well documented that they're cyclical. And I would rather just, stake my Cardano, accumulate it for the next year, and sell a position of my Bitcoin, sell a position of my Ethereum, and definitely get rid of my altcoins, because there's two types of altcoins, and this is essential. This is essential because we're in the altcoin season. So I'm telling you guys, you guys got to know when to take profits. You guys got to know how to run your moon bags, and we're not going to leave you on this channel not knowing what you're doing. So pumping a moon bag, if you hit 100% ROI on one of your coins, it's the recommendation. We always go conservative because you can always make more money. But once you lose money, those losses always compound. We're not going to go over that. We always go over that. Um, when you hit 100% ROI, whether it's a mid cap or whatever, what you do is I get it. If there's really high gas Ethereum, hopefully you have something like Coinbase where you can just quickly transfer, trade coins, or you have something that has low fees for buying and selling. But a lot of these, once we get into the small cap, a lot of people are going to have to use Uniswap, and if you have to use Uniswap, those are going to be high Ethereum gas fees. So just prepare for that, and just have that into your plan, that you're most likely going to have to pay between $30 and $40 per pump, or per coin trade. So if you get into a coin with Ethereum, or whatever your base coin is that you're trying to switch it out for, just keep in mind that you're gonna have to pay $30 to $40 in Ethereum gas fees, and then $30 to $40 to change it back, and that's heavily gonna cut into your ROIs. Just keep that in mind. Again, no channel except for mine is gonna tell you stuff like this. I haven't heard a single channel. Right now we're consolidating on DOT, and so yeah, these are what we're looking at right now on DOT. We essentially want to see this level and this level. Is this level going to support? Is this level going to be resistance? But the main thing that we want to look at with these is we want to make sure that you guys are debriefed. You guys know what to do on your bags if you're holding bags. So what you do is, if you have 100% pump and you have an opportunity, classic moon bag, once you get 100% ROI on one of these coins, what you do is you take profits. You take your 100%. If you put $100 in, you have 100% ROI, you now have $200. You take your first 100, again, not financial advisor, you take your first 100, you put it into a larger cap coin. Maybe it's Bitcoin, maybe it's Ethereum, maybe it's Chainlink, maybe it's a Polkadot, whatever it is, and you take profits on it. So you secure your capital and you're not risking it, because what we talk about all the time in altcoins is there's stair steps. On the way up, and then on the way down, it's an elevator. Now, I haven't really been seeing that a whole lot in this altcoin season. It seems to be a lot more mature than 2017, but don't play with it. Don't play with it. Take profits. Unless it's like massively cutting into your ROI, and you think you're making a really good decision, but you can't lose money taking profits. And then hold, if you want to still hold that coin, hold, the other 100 in the coin, so then you have your moon bag essentially. So if it goes up higher, you can ride your winners, but you're exposed to whatever you believe in, but you're not necessarily going to lose everything if it goes to 100% and then crashes. So that's how you set up a moon bag. That's absolutely massive. You guys have to know that, and I know we have a lot of newer guys, so I gotta tell you guys that about the moon bag. All right. So again, we're looking at this area. Support, 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 potential resistance. So we're looking, let's see how BTCD interacts with these different levels. That's what we're looking at. And then this right here, this is massive. If it breaks this level right here and we set a lower low, that is going to be a massive continuation of this downtrend that we have on BTCD. It's massive. That's what we're looking at. That's what you got to be looking at. That's the biggest idea on BTCD right now. All right, going back to Bitcoin. If you guys have coins that you have questions about, let me know. All right. Again, we're consolidating. We've been calling this for the longest time. Is that a cross? That is. Oh, I thought this was a moving average. It's funny. Yeah, I mean, you have this massive, this isn't even like, this isn't fully engulfing or anything, and then you have this massive pump. You have this massive dump up, massive pump up. You got the It's hard to see. The volume's falling off a cliff. It's literally trending down after pumping a little bit. So we'll see. Again, I'm on this channel. I literally I can sell you a narrative. I really could, but I'm not going to. You know, I would feel so bad if I lost anybody money. That's like the number one thing is like we're not fake on this channel. Like we actually make money, and the whole point of this channel is to help people out. So I can't tell anybody in good faith anything like we're looking at this level, we're looking at this level, but until Bitcoin's monthly close, it's literally just we're very conservative on this channel because we want to protect both our capital and your capital. We're never going to trade with you. We can only, I can only tell you what I'm doing with my portfolio, and I can tell you that I'm not a financial advisor, and that should help you out a massive amount because I have one of the best high performing portfolios in crypto. Like we got into all the best cryptos at the beginning. Just this year alone. But so we got to wait for that monthly candle close. We got to wait for that monthly candle close on this channel. We're not going to pump any like crap. We got to wait for that monthly candle close to start buying stuff. We're not going to, we could literally, make some video and talk about some double top or potential, look at some moving averages and try and catch a pump. But we got to wait for that monthly candle close. It's just not safe to be touching crypto right now. And, if I wasn't so, like I was telling people to put their life savings in at 11.55, like back when Bitcoin was 11.55, because I knew there was just no way it was going down. I'm so massively like involved in the crypto space, like not only with my education, not only with my money, but like with my energy and just everything. Like I really believe in this stuff. But if I really, really didn't believe in crypto, I already have like nearly 300 to 400% profits. And I'm telling you guys this because this is like my perspective, and I've been in the markets and I've been one of the highest performers in the market, and this is going to help you out to hear this, like especially if like you're remotely new. Like if I didn't believe in cryptocurrency as much as I did, I would be taking my 300 to 400% ROIs on nearly everything I have. I don't want to tell you guys, I have a lot of money in crypto, and I've got 300 to 400%. I would be pulling out right now and then potentially buying back in if we got a good close on Bitcoin. Or, if we got a bad close, I would be taking my money out. The reason I still am the reason I still have my Bitcoin, the reason I'm holding is because it's just inevitable. Like it would be ridiculous to sell a Bitcoin at 33,000. I'm telling you guys, this is just going to be, even if we do, get that bearish close, even if we do get that gravestone doji, there's so much buying pressure down at 28. There's so much buying pressure down at 27. There's so much buying pressure. People are going to pick up like crazy. All these people that have been on the sidelines waiting for Bitcoin, they're like, I want that big correction. I want that big. If we get some big correction because of a gravestone doji, there's going to be so much buying pressure, and we can just pick up right where we started again. So, I mean, there's always going to be next cycle. It doesn't even make sense that this cycle would be so low. This would literally be the first cycle in history. Bitcoin is secular. You know what I'm saying? It works in cycles. And this would literally be the first cycle ever to have only returned essentially from all-time high to a pump. We're looking at a return of $100 or 100%. So, the last one, we went from 1,000 to 20,000, so that's a 20x return. Now, I'm not saying we're going to hit a 20x return. Usually, it's a little bit less. Usually, some are more. It's hard to gauge it. And a lot of people in crypto, they try and gauge it, and they're just not on it. Like some people say there's a 4-year cycle, and all the cycles differ. There's not enough data to say how long a cycle is or that we're necessarily getting lower returns every single time. Like some cycles have different, because there's been a lot of cycles. There's a cycle in 2014. There's been a lot of cycles. So all I'm saying is that this would be like this would be the first time like that Bitcoin's like disregarding history, that it's disregarding its cyclical nature. If we just hit 40,000, came back down, and then went into a bear market, and then pumped back up in the next cycle. I'm not saying that that's not possible, but so I'm not buying, I'm not selling, I'm not longing. It's just Bitcoin, like, because when people say to me, okay, you got this massive, like, if you're not, like, if you're really, really, I'm not a financial advisor, maybe I've had, and I have 400% ROIs. I have a video on my YouTube channel where I literally talked about USO and UCO where I got 140% stock return, and that's just everything for me. Like I have like history after history. I got into American Airlines at like $9. Like I don't, you can take my trading history. You can't. I don't care. But at the end of the day, like if you don't believe in cryptocurrency, you know, this isn't a bad time to be pulling out potentially. If you really don't believe, if you're really not a believer, but I'm a believer. I'm a huge believer, and everything I've believed in has returned me at least 400%. No matter what I've gotten into, whether it was the stock market, whether it was crypto, whether it was real estate, whatever it is, I know, it's all about believing in it. It's all about sticking with it. When you get real estate property, when you get into these stocks, whatever the deal is, there's always going to be FUD. You're always going to get scared, but you just got to, if you know that you're doing the right thing, if you know you're in the right stock. I remember I was in Sprout stock and, it was going negative. It was going negative. I was putting more and more money into it. I was putting so much money into it. I think I hit like, I don't even know what I hit on Sprout stock. I think I hit like a 120% ROI on Sprout stock, and I literally have it on my phone. Like I can literally show you right now. I was buying Sprout stock when it was super underrated, and I was selling. And it's just one of those things. Like I'm just telling you from experience. Like I've had massive success in finances, and you can listen to me. You can't listen to me. I don't care. I'm just telling you the facts. I'm holding. I believe in crypto. But if you don't believe in crypto, and you're looking at this Gravestone Doji right now, and you're up like I am, like 300, 400% on this recent pump, if you got in early, take profits potentially if you don't believe in it. But yeah, that's like, we're not going to teach you a false narrative on this channel. I don't care if I have to hold Bitcoin for 3 years. There's literally nobody on this channel, or there's nobody on the entire internet that can tell you that there's no chance that 42,000 is the top. That is a ginormous reversal pattern. I'm not trying to FUD anybody out of his position. I'm literally telling you I'm holding. But just don't be surprised if we hit something low, if we get a bearish close. Now we're looking good right now. We're at 33,614. But I'm literally going to be the realest channel on the entire internet. I don't care. I'll put out, I put my neck on the line. Nobody was talking about Cardano. I was one of the first people, to be putting my neck on the line saying it's the best cryptocurrency in cryptocurrency. But the paradox is that, it's just not the right time to be. A lot of new investors don't know about it. So so the money's not going to flow there. A lot of new investors are more focused on Bitcoin. But Bitcoin's not the move right now because of altcoin season, and a lot of people are looking into Ethereum. So I mean, there's an Ethereum crisis too, and Ethereum does kill its coins. Let me see if we're just consolidating. So again, if you're like new, if you just came into the stream, we're looking at this potential area. This has a massive amount of touch points on this trend line. We're looking at this area, and then essentially we have this idea right here where you come up, you find resistance, you come up, you find resistance, you come up, you find support. So this is a support flipped resistance idea. I'm not going to go over all the touch points like a ton of times, but potentially we found support at this level right here. This is like a support channel essentially. Potentially think of this like an Ichimoku cloud, but this is on TA, on previous price action. And we could just bounce around between these levels right now, and that's what we're looking at. And really what we're looking at on this channel is how Bitcoin's monthly chart is going to close. And we're not touching, I don't know how much money we've traded so far in profits on this channel alone. I don't know, but we've had 100% accuracy on this channel, not only calling the altcoins, but also we made, I think, 2 or 3 Ethereum trades. I just started on YouTube. I have other social media platforms where I just absolutely murk, but I just started on YouTube. I think we have 3 or 4 100% accuracy on Ethereum, and then I think we took like 2 or 3 Bitcoin trades, 100% accuracy. And then, like I told you guys, I'm so glad that we took profits, because like right here earlier, it was looking sketch. Ask me questions if you have any questions. If you have any questions about the altcoins, if you have any questions about crypto in general. Um, I was heavily involved with real estate and stocks, but right now, like, crypto is just the place to be. People are like, "Oh, you're so good at real estate. Like, you know all about real estate, and like you spend so much time learning about it and everything. Like, why'd you switch over to crypto?" Crypto's more. I thought crypto was a safer risk to reward ratio. I thought crypto was a safer risk to reward ratio um, than real estate, and people thought I was absolutely insane. And I have videos on my phone of me telling people to buy Bitcoin and put their life savings in at 11,000, like before, the bull market even started. I have, screenshots of me buying Bitcoin at like 3,000, 7,000, 9,000, like heavy. Because I was like, guys, it's literally about to take off. It's literally about, and nobody wanted, and this wasn't in 2009, or this wasn't in 2019, I mean. This was this year. Like, I didn't, like, get wrecked. A lot of kids got wrecked in 2019 because they didn't know about the trend. They didn't know their trend was the friend until it ends. I was in stocks when it was the time to be in stocks. I was in real estate when it was the time to be in real estate. I was in crypto when it's the time to be in crypto. These markets are cyclical, and there's a time to be in investments when, when everything in the assets, like when all the equity markets are essentially, they're overappraised. Like, we were seeing a lot of that in 2017, 2018. A lot of the equity markets were just so overappraised, and some of the biggest experts in finances were saying that there was a bubble. And then we got that, stimulus check, and it was like, and I was talking about asset inflation on a lot of my channels, and then now we got asset inflation. I would have never imagined asset inflation would have been as bad and as, it would have happened as quick as it did, but it makes sense. These billionaires, when people talk about billionaires, don't even get me started. But they're billionaires in USD. You know what I'm saying? Like, in USD appraised value, so they don't want to lose their wealth. So, obviously they're scared of, the money printing, because we're not on a fractional reserve lending system anymore. You guys got to wake up. It's a no reserve lending system for the banking system. That's absolutely massive. But people are talking about Wall Street bets. Ask me questions if you have any questions. People are talking about Wall Street bets. I covered this yesterday, but people are talking about Wall Street bets crashing the economy because essentially the banks can't cover their loans because of the way the shorters, like this, basically the shorters were trying to buy back for cheaper, and then they pumped the price, so they owed a massive amount of money to buy the stocks back, and the banks basically couldn't cover it. The banks can print money. Like, they literally have zero reserve lending now. It used to be fractional reserve lending, the actual technical terms. Because if you're investing, you can't just know, oh, everybody's an expert in stocks. Everybody's an expert in real estate. Everybody's an expert in crypto in a bear or in a bull market. Everybody's making money in the stock market when it's a bull market. But if you don't understand macroeconomics, if you don't understand, these higher cycles of, like, the real estate market, the stock market, the crypto markets, you're going to get wrecked. It doesn't matter that you're making blah 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 money right now in crypto taking longs. All it takes is one long with you not putting a stop loss to get your entire position liquidated. We do not play around on this channel. We've been making massive money. I have an incredible investment incredible investment career, whatever you want to call it, and that's not ending anytime soon. And a lot of the validity behind that is not necessarily, I'm not like one of these Robin Hood kids that's just, I understand macroeconomics, and you have to, as an investor, if you want to keep winning. So if you want to learn macroeconomics, if you want to understand what the big boys know, sub to this channel, because it's absolutely massive. And we get one more sub, like it's 70 instead of 69. I don't mind having 69. I don't mind being the most underrated channel on the internet. That's fine with me. But it's like 2008, 2009, just different things. You know, take profits, diversify, freaking do your stuff. We're not going to be pumping we're gonna pull out of Bitcoin at certain points. We already have a strategy on this channel that I've talked about multiple times. We're not gonna be in the bear market, constantly buying the dips in the bear market like people were in 2017. We're not playing around. We know what we're doing. Once that bear market starts, we're out. We're selling. We're holding. I'm holding 50% of the Bitcoin I hold right now just for the next 10 years. You can do that. You can, make a quick flip. The thing is that I was going to say is if you're selling Bitcoin right now, I mean, you can sell it. Like there's a little bit of a risk right now with the monthly candle. Here's the thing. If you sell your Bitcoin right now, what are you going to put it into? Bitcoin's outperformed real estate. Bitcoin's outperformed stocks. Bitcoin's outperformed everything. That's why I'm in Bitcoin. But, and congratulations for joining the party. Um, but what are you going to put your money into? Are you going to put your money in the DXY? They're going to do some QE, some QT, some quantitative easing, some quantitative tightening. They got a few tricks up their sleeve. But regardless, that DXY is not going to pump. It's not going to ever be, 110% on the DXY, the dollar index. You really want your money in dollars? I mean, I was listening to, because like I said, I'm learning every single day. You can't be at the top performing, you can't have a portfolio like I have, I think I've made 12, what was it, like 12,000%. I'm only 22. I dropped out of pharmacy school. I was going to school to be a pharmacist. I'm like, nah, crypto's where it's at. People thought I was literally insane. I dropped out with a 3.6, working full time. But people thought I was insane. Now they look dumb, but it doesn't matter. Um, what was I saying? I think my portfolio is like 12,000%, something like that. And, it was just, I hit all the different markets. And if you want to hit all the different markets, I mean, you got to stay up to date. You got to know what you're talking about. Go listen to me talk about oil. Go listen to me talk about it's on the YouTube channel. Go listen to me talk about Russia. Go listen to me talk. You wonder why, Russia is so mad at the United States right now. Well, if you really know economics, if you really know what you're talking about, Russia is one of the biggest oil producers, and the United States right now is trying to go EV. Like that's not even like politics. That's not even world affairs. That's literally just investing. Like if you don't know that, and I mean, just listen to me talk about these things. You gotta do your research. You gotta know what's up. You gotta know the markets. If you want to see like a 12,000% ROI portfolio, I'm only 22. I just turned 22. Um, but we're gonna hit everything in this. But my point is this: what are you gonna put your money into? I was in real estate. I can tell you all about real estate. I can tell you, all the secrets to real estate. I can tell you all the rules. I can tell you everything. I can tell you about a 1031 exchange. I can tell you how to get, the best taxes. That's a tax write-off essentially. Where if you have, I'm not going to talk about it because this is more of a crypto channel right now. But essentially, where are you going to put your money into if you're pulling out a Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin's outperformed everything, and Bitcoin risk to reward is still the best asset to date. I mean, so it's just a question of, I mean, if you want to put your money into something else, if you want to just cash out and buy a car, cars are going up in value because inflation's just ridiculous. I was looking at the car market the other day, and there's some cars where, a year or two ago they were worth 3 or 4 thousand less, and they've gone up when they should be depreciating because asset inflation, even though people like Robert Kiyosaki say that cars aren't an asset. If you talk to because he says an asset is something that appreciates in value. But if you talk to an accountant's going to say that a car is an asset. But either way, you can take your money out and you can go buy stuff with your Bitcoin, do whatever you want, but just realize, year over year as they print more and more money on a non-fractional reserve system, on a no reserve system, it's not really a $1 trillion stimulus package. It's more like 100 trillion once it gets pumped in through the banking system, and people just don't have, the what would you call that, economics, or they don't even really teach you economics and economics, but that's essentially economics. They don't teach you those principles, but essentially when you go to the bank, like they just lend you money. They can literally just lend you as much money as they want. They can literally keep, at this point, A lot of people don't know this. At this point, if you go to your local bank, whatever they have in their bank account, whether that's 10 million, 100 million, $1 billion, they can lend you that entire lump sum legally. They're on a no reserve system, and they're gonna make if they lend you out like $1 billion, they're gonna make interest on that for essentially doing nothing, and it's gonna water down the system even more. Inflation, like, people don't get how massive inflation's gonna be, and that more money printing gives the system more money to lend out, because when people are spending that money, putting that money into like car payments and stuff like that, that all that money's going into the bank's pocket so they can lend out even more money and make even more money and water down the banking, or water down the currency system even more. So I mean, you can keep your money in DXY, US dollars, or euros, or whatever you're interested in, but it's not looking hot for the economy right now, not at all. And who was it? The Federal Reserve was talking up a mad storm, saying that they were, oh, everything's gonna be fine, and then what was it, like 4 months later, they're like, the economy's never gonna be the same. No crap. They were trying not to scare people. We're gonna tell it how it is on this channel. Don't listen to anybody else. Listen. I was talking to a hedge fund manager. When was it? I was talking to a hedge fund manager. Who was it? Like probably 4 months ago, I was talking to a hedge fund manager, and he was like talking to me about the economy and stuff, because he manages how much did he probably manages like probably around $100 million, and I was like, you really don't think inflation's going to be bad? Like, what about fractional reserve lending application with the $1 trillion stimulus package? And he's like, what's fractional reserve lending? A hedge fund manager that managed hundreds of millions of dollars. He doesn't know what fractional reserve lending is? One of the biggest implements in the banking system? I mean, listen, you can say what you want, but I know my economics a lot better than that hedge fund manager does. And inflation is guaranteed. No if, buts, and they can use negative interest rates. That's a tool that they're potentially going to use. They have more. They can go negative. They can go negative forever on those interest rates. They have QT. They have more QT, because people, they say I'm not going to go into the fact that I'm not going to go into the fact that the Fed doesn't print money. It adds assets to its balance sheet. I'm not going to go over that. But what I will tell you, because I've gone over it so many times on this channel, and my subscribers are probably like, okay, we're getting it, we're understanding. But this looks like this could be potentially a trend line. Let's check this out. Let's go to the 4-hour. Ask me questions if you have any questions about altcoins, if you have any questions about Bitcoin. Bitcoin's consolidating right now, and we're looking at this line and this line. But, let's see. Let's take a look at this trend line potentially. This could be a mini consolidation pattern. But inflation's guaranteed. It's literally written into the laws. A lot of people don't teach you this in college, but fractional reserve lending, that started out as a corrupt banking practice by people like J.P. Morgan. That's how they got ahead of all the other bankers. They would just, it was a really dirty practice. They would essentially lend out more money than what they had in reserve. Then they did a bunch of laundering, what do they call it? Lobbying. They lobbied Congress, and they had all the money. And they went up to Congress, and they're like, pass these banking laws. And so they passed it. And that's how fractional reserve lending came to be. A bunch of bankers lobbied for it, and eventually, corrupt politicians ended up passing it. Now, and I've talked so many times about the pros and cons to a debt-based, credit-based system, but, that's just the facts. All right, so we do have this. This is a 3 touch point, so this is valid. You got 1 touch point, 2 touch point, 3 touch point. This is by far and away a valid trend line. It's gorgeous, textbook. So we're looking at potentially how Bitcoin's going to interact with this line right here, this trend line, and we're still looking at this area right here. We can delete this line. And essentially, we're just looking for support flipped resistance. Like you see it right here, resistance, flipped, support. I mean, they're not going to tell you that though when you're going to school. Why? Because who developed the education system? Look it up. John Rockefeller, 1908, General Board of Education. They don't want you to know that. There's a reason they don't teach you about money in school. They teach you how to get a job. Then you can't pass your wealth down. If you start up a business, you start up one successful business, you're set for like 3 generations at least, as long as they don't mess it up. They know that because they started businesses. They still got their money. Look it up. They don't want to be on Forbes list. Only the new money. Not that Bill Gates is new money. You know, he had wealthy parents that were the head of Planned Parenthood. A lot of people don't know that. But compared to the money he's got right now, he's new money. But the Rockefellers, they're not on the Forbes list. They don't want to be. They literally hire historians to tell the story how they want it told. That's a fact. They have family historians. It was Henry Ford. It was Henry Ford that said, if the American public, Henry Ford was one of the biggest game changers. You know, he created the Ford T, the Ford Model T, biggest game changers probably in history. He developed essentially the modern day car. Like what the modern day car is, Henry Ford developed it. And Henry Ford said, if the American public knew about the way that knew about how the banking system operates, there would be a revolution by tomorrow morning. Let me actually look that up. Let me look it up for you guys. Again, ask me questions if you have any questions. Let me look up the exact quote and I'll read it for you. Henry Ford. But on this channel, we're not going to lie to you. We're so small that they literally can't shut us down. Like, they can shut down Trump. Like, you know, Trump tries to help people out. They can shut him down. They can make it so that he can't talk anymore. They can make him look like the worst person on the planet. And trust me, they did. And they can give Joe Biden all the positive press that they want. They literally control the entire media. All 6 big media companies are controlled by the same people. 90% of the media. I don't care what political. I'm not like a political guy. I'm not an opinionated guy. Henry Ford, if the people knew about the banking system. This is huge. This is like the reason why most people are in crypto. It's because they understand these things that you got to be like a genius to understand these things because they don't teach it. Henry Ford, if they knew about the banking system, there would be a rev by tomorrow morning. Let's see. I finger slipped on a few of those. Alright, let's see what it says. This is the exact quote. It is not well enough that the people of the nation do not understand it is not well enough that the people of the nation do not understand our banking system and our monetary system. Our banking and our monetary system. For if they did, I believe there would be a revolution by tomorrow morning. So that's Old English. Let's see if we can get. This is facts. I'm teaching you guys history. I'm not teaching you guys the story that they perpetuate. We don't play games here. We're the most underrated channel on the entire internet. We teach you about economics because when they just pumped that $1 trillion, they basically said to the entire, American economy, put money in investments. You are forced to speculate now or your dollars are going to be worth less. All right, let's see. Henry Ford understand the true nature of the Federal Reserve, and that I'm reading, top voted answers has 41 up-likes. Everybody knows this stuff. If you don't know this stuff and you're in crypto, you just got lucky. I didn't just magically think about Bitcoin. We all knew. Henry Ford understood the true nature of the Federal Reserve and that it would enslave the people who made up the robust economy forever. And then he basically talks about it. Communal sent from the Bank of England. Bank of England is why we got the American Revolution. 1913. A lot of people don't know anything, to be honest with you. You talk about 1913. 1913 is when income tax started. Why did income tax start? You guys didn't know that income tax wasn't in the Constitution. Income tax started, and they don't teach you this in economy. They don't teach you this in school. It's on purpose. They want to keep you dumb. If you knew about all this stuff, then you would, the people, and there's so many books about it, but the people, are who's really in charge. But they're controlled by the masses are controlled by the media and stuff. That's why they spend so much money on it. Because if the people knew what was going on, they would just revolt. And there's way too many people for a small amount of elites to control. But so you got the Federal Reserve System, 1913. Federal Reserve System was created by 1913. It used to be a conspiracy theory that it was created by John Rockefeller and J.P. Morgan. It's not a conspiracy theory anymore. It was literally debunked that it was a conspiracy theory. They literally wrote about it in their autobiography. But anyways, 1913 is when income tax started. Now you got to understand the Constitution. When was our country founded? 1776. That's a long time that we had our country operating. And a lot of people don't know that there were three. Maybe they teach us in economics. I doubt it. I didn't learn about it in economics. I paid attention. Economics, there's three central banks. There was the first Bank of America. There was the second Bank of America that, Andrew Jackson. I just read a book recently about Andrew Jackson. They didn't mention him trying to end the Federal Reserve one time. He literally put that on his gravestone. He said, let's go look up the quote from Andrew Jackson. I'm not telling you guys conspiracy theories. I'm telling you guys the facts that they literally hide from you. And you got to know this stuff if you're in Bitcoin. You got to understand why this stuff is so powerful. When we're talking about Bitcoin consolidating, it doesn't matter. This is the future. I'm telling you, people are going to start waking up once they see inflation. I'm telling you. Bitcoin's not a solution looking for a problem. It's the problem for the longest time has been the economy, the current system, and Bitcoin is aiming to be the solution of that. So let's see, who was it? Andrew Jackson. He used to be a president, I believe. Andrew Jackson. Pretty sure he was a president. Gravestone. He said something like, I ended the Federal Reserve. Let's see if I can find the quote. I killed the bank. Let's go. This is history, baby. They're not going to teach you this stuff. It's literally history. Look it up. I killed the bank. That's what Andrew Jackson said. He killed the second central bank. I killed the bank. That's what he put. I killed the bank. That's what you read on Andrew Jackson's gravestone. It was the most monumental accomplishment of his entire life. You won't see that in the history books. I'm telling you, they're pushing a narrative. You're not gonna. It's not that they're lying to you about the facts. It's the facts that they're selecting to tell you. You know what I'm saying? It's his story, and people don't understand whose story it is. It's John Rockefeller's story. They're pushing a narrative. They've been pushing a narrative for the longest freaking time. Oh, America's so great. Oh, America's the land of the free. Every other country is just as free as America. They take away people's rights in America just as much as they do any other country. I don't know what people are thinking. They're crazy. Oh, America this, America. The reason that we left England, according to, and I'll pull it up right now. Who is it? What's his name? Who's that big founding father with the $100 bill? Talking about, what's his name? $100 bill. Not Thomas Jefferson. Let's see. Put it in the comments if you know. I know the name, I just can't think of it. It's Benjamin Franklin. Ben Franklin, and then England, Bank of England. I'll probably just type in Bank of England, it'll come up. Bank of England, because this was the central bank at the time. Listen to this quote by Benjamin Franklin. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. Hidden history. According to Benjamin Franklin, the real reason for the Revolutionary War was hidden from you. American history has been, an ongoing war with the privately controlled Bank of England from the beginning with the Revolutionary War. Let's see. To our history, we need to go back to Benjamin Franklin, who is often called the father of paper money. Where's this quote? Give me the quote. We don't care about your opinions. Give me the facts. And then it just talks about, like, you can't go to school and learn this stuff. They literally hide it from you. I'm telling you, people have been slaves for so long, like, they can't just wake up and understand that, like, for the last 200,000 years, people are still in the working class. Like, it's not changing. There's purposely inflation. They purposely water down the economy. They purposely cause wars. And why was the Revolutionary War fought? Why was the War of 1812 fought? It was trying to, get America back to its colonial status. Let's see. I can't find the quote there. But, there's a source right there. This is history. This is real history. Honest monetary policy. I'm just typing it in fast. Policy. Alright. Let's see. There we go. This is it. That is simple. And colonies were issued our own money. It is called colonial script we offer. Is this Benjamin Franklin? This is one of the quotes. This isn't the quote I was looking for. But essentially, we control its purchasing power and have no interest to pay it to anybody. So he was talking about the Bank of England, and it describes it right here as quoted in Money Masters. This is a really, really good documentary that was in 1995. You learn more about money and like the manipulation of money throughout the centuries in Money Masters than you will in college. Like, they're just gonna lie to you. They're just gonna hide it from you. Like, they'll tell you in college that, they watered down the currency with the Greeks and the Romans. They'll tell you that they didn't pay the Egyptian slaves in assets. They paid them in alcohol to keep them in the working class, to dumb them down. I mean, they'll tell you. They just won't put the pieces together for you. They'll tell you the facts, but they'll bore the crap out of you and not give you the real story. Let's see. I can't find it. It's on my YouTube channel. I have a video called America is Not Free. It's on there. I have it quoted on my YouTube channel. But, oh, this is important. We're looking for potentially the test of this area. We'll see what happens. And then potentially, I mean, I wouldn't trade this, but this is how you would set up the trade. But while Bitcoin's consolidating, we'll talk about how important Bitcoin is. All the biggest people know about Bitcoin. All the biggest people, like BitBoy, he knows about why Bitcoin's important. When people laugh about, being in Bitcoin, like, they literally just have no clue. They just literally have no clue. There's a lot to it. It's really complicated. You can't go to school to learn about, like, the currencies. You can't go to school to learn about the manipulation. They're not going to teach it to you. You just got to be... And all the biggest channels, I promise you, all the biggest channels know what's going on with the manipulation of the currency. BitBoys talk about it, M Crypto's talked about it. And then some people just got lucky getting into crypto. They didn't even know, but they just were like, oh, I could probably make some money in crypto. They got lucky. They literally got lucky. We didn't get lucky on this channel. We know all about economics, fundamentals. Alright, so we'll see if I'll set this up, but I'm not going to recommend anybody trades it. And you'd want to see a support on volume, and volume's falling off a cliff. But essentially, we would have this ascending triangle formation if it breaks out, and it's most likely, almost guaranteed, not going to be confirmed by volume. We'll see. This would bring us, if it broke out bullish, it would bring us past these major levels that we were looking at previously, and to the upper band of this Fibonacci retracement. And consolidating in these levels before moving lower would definitely be in the cards. If not, consolidating in these levels right here before moving higher, like one or the other, because remember, this is a trend-based Fibonacci retracement tool. And if you measure it with a regular Fibonacci retracement tool, right in this pocket right here is going to be the golden pocket. Absolutely substantial. So we're looking at that. Let's see. How's my guy Ethereum doing? I'm so glad we closed out that Ethereum long. We killing it on this channel. We always do. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Alright. So yeah, I mean, Ethereum's looking hot. We do have this local lower low than this high, which is a little bit concerning. We want to see, the price just push at least, get a candlestick close at least above this level right here. That'd be gorgeous. But we do have consecutive higher lows, higher highs, except for this area right here. We'll see what happens. Really, to start invalidating this uptrend, what we're going to be looking at is we want to see a lower high from this high right here, or from this low right here. We want to see a lower low than this higher low. So like essentially put a line on it. Let's see. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, so we'll look right there. So that's an area we want to look for. And then this specifically. So, I mean, we could move it down to right here, but yeah, we'll move it down to right here. So specifically, we're looking for this area right here. If this area right here breaks, then that could be threatening our potential uptrend. Well, we have an uptrend right here, so that would be threatening our uptrend. Let me zoom out. If you guys are not following the channel, I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you're not, and you missed this consolidation uptrend that we were looking at, this rising channel essentially, maybe a rising wedge, just depending on how you draw it. And then essentially you have the idea that it potentially plays out into a double bottom. You'd need this would be the neckline right here for this potential, or double top. So this would be the idea for this double top right here, coming down to 1240. It's a lot of buying pressure there, so we could bounce, definitely. We'll see. Alrighty, BTC. Let's see. Let's go to BTCD. Not looking bad. I told you guys. What was it? Was it right here? I think it was this. No, it wasn't that. Did we go into a lower time frame? Maybe it. No, it wasn't that. We saw. I think it was this pump that we saw. I don't remember. There was a big green candlestick, and I was telling you guys not. Oh, it was this. It literally went down since I told you guys. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. So I literally told you guys. I was like, listen, like this candlestick right here looks scary, but don't trip. Because we're consecutively in a downtrend, and literally until we break above this high right here, we're perfectly in a downtrend. And so don't worry, because if you're trading altcoins right now, you want Bitcoin dominance. You want this percentage to go down. You want this to go down. And I told you guys, don't worry. It was literally like all the way up here, and I said it might look a little bullish. Like it might look like you have that big candlestick, and it looks like, it could go up. I'm telling you guys, don't worry. And it literally went down. We're so good on this channel. And then I told you guys, I just always love, like, I literally give you guys, like, the best, like, I can't tell you guys I give you advice, but I could literally give you the best, like, analysis of what I think on the charts from my, years of and massive amounts of training, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just so, like, I love it. It doesn't matter if anybody's watching. They should be watching. That's a shame on them for not watching, because they would have got the best advice, not financial advice, but they would have got the best advice of their life. Alright, so everybody wants to make money. Get on this channel, you make plenty of it. So this is a low right here, and we're looking at this area, because if we set a low, and this is what we were talking about before, if we set if we go below this area, then we set a lower low, and that's a massive continuation of this downtrend. I was saying I analyzed this whole thing. Trust me, this was not a concern. Guess what? It wasn't a concern. And I don't want anybody to be, stressing out when there's nothing to be concerned about. And there wasn't, and we called it. Alright, BTC, USD. Alright, this is huge. We're testing that trend line right there. This is massive. Remember, if we get a close, we want to see a 4-hour close confirmation if it's going to be a concern. So we want to see, it depends on how you want the price action. If we get a pump right here and we close on the 4-hour, that's a confirmation. That's the start to a confirmation. And then we want to see an increase in volume to confirm that confirmation. If we don't see a confirm in volume, then, I'm telling you guys, I wouldn't even recommend trading this. Like, yes, this is a consolidation pattern. Yes, this is ascending triangle, descending triangle. Like, it's textbook. I can set it up for you. Literally, I think I'm going to set it up for you just so you can learn. But you have to understand the more macro trends. This is what I always talk about, whether, no matter how macro it gets, the macro trends are always going to take precedence over the smaller trends. And on the 6-hour, we might be going into this descending triangle. On the more macro trends, we're consolidating. Respect the macro trends. We could literally just break this line right here, not see volume, continue to trade sideways. And, and you're like, well, you had the descending triangle, you had this and that. And it's because of the macro trends playing out. You can see this, and, these have the potential to break to the upside or a continuation pattern. And essentially, if it's not a continuation pattern, you got to play to the trend. The trend's your friend until it ends. You know what I'm saying? That's what, read any textbook on trading. That's exactly what it's going to tell you. And so, again, we'll cover this. If it breaks, if it doesn't break, we'll cover it. But I'm not trading this. I got the measured move for you. It will be substantial. Breaking a lot of trends, a lot of areas, trends of resistance if it does break to the upside. But it's most likely not going to be followed by volume. I've spent some time in this market, and we've been right about everything. So I mean, I'm putting my neck on the line, calling it out. I'm telling you guys, we break out of it, it's probably going to consolidate. Alrighty, especially with how hot BTCD dominance is going. I mean, money's just going to go there. Let's see, Cardano, ADA, USD. Let's take a look at our Cardano. See, this is what I was afraid of. Cardano is hot. A lot of people want to buy this. I'm telling you guys, if it hits this level right here, on this channel, we're going to maybe pick up a little bit. Because it is most likely, like, it's so bullish. Like, you see this massive candle wick, and that just shows buying pressure. That just shows people are taking profits out of their altcoins. They're making money on their altcoins. They're putting it into these more long-term holds like Cardano. And that massive candlestick on the 6-hour, that ginormous wick, just shows the buying pressure. And so, I mean, what I'm saying and what the TA is looking like is if we hit that 32.7, we're most likely going to bounce. Now, in the immediate short term. Now, I'm not saying to put all your buying power here. Notice that what I said earlier is that we always cost base average in the sense that, we look at the positions, we look at the market, and like I said, I wouldn't be putting money into the market right now with Bitcoin dominance on the monthly chart looking like, not so hot. But with Cardano being a long-term hold, I don't mind putting like 25% of my buying power right here, start earning up some staking rewards and potentially hitting a bottom. You know what I'm saying? On Ethereum, they're too correlated. We've already got Ethereum. Like we have plenty of Ethereum on this channel. We've made some insane gains. I put so much money into Ethereum, and we've made so much gains on Ethereum. That's fine. It's gonna go parabolic. We're gonna hit we're gonna make like crazy money on this channel. So stick with it. Stick with us. You got this right here. So essentially, like I said, this is just what I'm doing. Cost-based averaging has never let me down. We've never been wrong on this channel so far. Maybe there's a first for everything. There's a first for everything. But I'm accumulating right here probably 25% of my buying power that I'm delegating to Cardano. And I like to give you guys percentages because everybody is going to be investing different amounts. That's just what I'm doing personally. But I'm also going to be I'm going to be watching the volume. I'm going to be watching Bitcoin dominance. And I'm going to be seeing, if we get a strong bounce at that level. And it looks like we will in the short term. But, again, playing into those macro charts. Macro charts take precedence over everything. If we get that Gravestone Doji on the monthly, that is going to be massive. Like, we can't... like I said, I love the fact that on this channel, I told you guys that we were closing, like we made the 100% right choice to close our longs. We closed in profits. We're good. We're going to sleep at night. I mean, you can trade right now. It's just, why? Why would you risk the money? Why would you? It's just not smart. It's literally just not smart. You could literally get liquidated in a second. If you're going to trade, anybody's going to tell you, not financial advice, but like at the same time, like these institutions have out invested all of them. But anyways, it doesn't matter. Put a freaking stop loss up for sure if you're going to be trading, because you will get liquidated if we get a bad candle close. You will get liquidated most likely. It doesn't matter what you're doing. The whole market's just going to tank potentially. Put a stop loss up if you want to be. But I'm telling you guys, patience, patience, patience. I've already showed you guys like 5, 6 longs that we've already traded in profits. Like, it's not like on this channel we're not going to teach you, some longs. It's not like on this channel that every single buy that we've ever showed on this channel hasn't been profitable. I'll show you guys when a good opportunity is here. But you got to be patient. You got to wait for the opportunities. You can't just go looking for them. Especially if you know what you're doing, especially if you don't know what you're doing and you're looking for the opportunities. They're just not there. Wait, be patient. Right now is not the time. The macro charts take precedence over everything. The macro charts are saying that it is extremely risky, and I have to keep saying it because I just would feel so bad if somebody lost money. And I know that, the massive success. I know we've made every single call 100%, and like all the bigger channels are agreeing with us. A lot of the times there are people that have 300,000 subs and we make the calls before them. It's just, I just have to say it because I know what I'm talking about. Like, to go watch one of their channels and then go watch one of mine. We're saying the same things. The only thing is I'm saying it first. Like, I don't even want to, I'm just telling you the facts. Alright, so we're looking at this level, we're looking at this descending triangle. I see it every single day in these markets. Every single day. I watch all the other channels. You got to. In cryptocurrency, you can't be cocky. You got to learn. If you don't learn, you're never going to see those returns, especially if you're trading altcoins. Let's see what we're looking at. So, I mean, we're just consolidating. We're looking at that level. Maybe I'll be on later. We've called everything. I don't want to say we have 100% accuracy, but I would be lying if I told you that that wasn't the case. All right, I'm heading out for Right now, maybe I'll come back later. We'll talk about it. Talk about the consolidation. We'll see. There's just really not a lot to talk about. What I want to see is I want to see Bitcoin's price hit 34,000 and hold above 34,000 on that so we get a good monthly close. If we don't see that, you can trade right now. It's just, Bitcoin is everything, and Bitcoin is the lead indicator for nearly the entire cryptocurrency space. And if Bitcoin tanks because of that gravestone doji, like I said, I'm just here to try and help out. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just here to try and help you out. I'm just here to try and make it so you don't lose money. If you would have taken any single call that I would have made, there's nothing. When we called Cardano, there was nothing that you could have put your money into that would have outperformed. When we called, what was it? When we called Compound, there was nothing that you could have put your money into in cryptocurrency that would have outperformed our call. When we told you guys that Polkadot was the top, and we told you guys, I love Polkadot, like blah blah blah. Like we told you everything. We told you the whole story, and we told you Polkadot was the top. It was overextended. The RSI. We told you the facts, and if you would have listened to us, then that would have saved you like what was that, a 10% drop? And then we called the bottom on Polkadot, and we said, nah, it's not overextended anymore, and it pumped like another 13%. Like just look at the channel. We're gonna constantly. I've been playing previous clips. Like one time, we called that it was gonna dump, and then I played on the YouTube channel the previous clip of me saying the day before it's gonna dump. When I say the price is gonna pump, it pumps. When I say the price is gonna dump, it dumps. Like I would be lying if I told you anything other than we have 100% accuracy on these charts, and I'm telling you, we only have 69 subs. That's fine. We might be the most underrated channel on the internet. It doesn't matter. I'm telling you guys, please don't play around. If I'm telling you guys, do not long right now. I'm telling you guys that is not smart. Play conservative. You can always trade another day. Losses compound. You lose $100 right now. That's $100 that you could have had, making gains, for the rest of the bull run potentially. I'm telling you guys. You want to be smart, you want to make gains, you want to be like me and make all this money in cryptocurrency, you got to play smart. You got to be patient, It's just facts. And I got to say it because on this channel we don't lose money. On this channel we're 100% right, and that's because we're not making stupid trades. That's because we're patient. That's because we're reading the charts and not forming our own opinionated statements. We're looking at the charts and we're getting the information from the charts. That's all I got for you guys. This is this consolidation pattern. I would not recommend trading it. We're in consolidation. We're going to most likely, almost guaranteed, continue to consolidate. At least that's what the charts are literally telling us. So unless this volume comes up, you got to take that as facts. You got to take the macro charts as facts. I would not recommend trading this. This is potential, but it looks like we're most likely going to consolidate this. I'll be on later potentially to talk to you guys about it, but I want to see Bitcoin at least close 3,400 on the monthly before on this channel we start talking about long positions. I have a 100% track record. Maybe that'll change. But I have a 100% track record. There will be plenty of times where I'll along with you guys on the channel, but just right now is not it. Right now is not the time to be playing. And if you do, I gotta tell you, because I've never heard anybody in the crypto space tell anybody right now to have tight stop losses. But I'm telling you guys, because I care, because I don't want to see anybody lose money. I'm not shilling projects. I'm not, out here saying what people want to hear. I'm telling you how it is. And that's fundamentally part of the reason why we're the most underrated channel. And when you see in 3 years from now that I was right about Cardano, because I've studied the projects, I've spent so much time studying. I've studied these projects ins and outs. I know about the backwards compatibility with Cardano. It just comes down to education, and Cardano will outperform every other crypto. I've been right about everything. Maybe I'll be wrong, but I know I'm not going to be. I'm telling you, this is the most underrated channel on the entire internet right now, and I'm telling you that Cardano is about to pump massive over the next 5 years, guaranteed, long term, not financial advice. All right, I'm out. Get your stop losses tight. This is the only channel that cares about you. This is the only channel that's going to tell you this. because we're not just here to pump narratives. We're here to tell you the facts and how to interpret the facts. And there's a big, bad candlestick potentially closing on the monthly, and that takes precedence over everything. Ask any trader, they will tell you that.